Hello, this is Angelia with today's Bible reading. Today's reading comes from Genesis 49, Israel's prophecy concerning his sons. If you remember, Israel was getting ready to die, and he had Joseph bring his sons so he could bless them, and he blessed the younger one instead of the older one, kind of like, went on in that family. So here we go. Then Jacob summoned his sons and said, "Assemble yourselves, that I may tell you what will befall you in the days to come. Gather together and hear, O sons of Jacob, and listen to Israel your father. Reuben, you are my firstborn, my might and the beginning of my strength, preeminent in dignity and preeminent in power, uncontrolled as water. You shall not have preeminence. Because you went up to your father's bed. There you defiled it. He went up to my couch." Remember, he kind of had a little affair with one of the concubines, I believe it was maid. "Simeon and Levi are brothers. Their swords are implements of violence. Let my soul not enter into their council. Let not my glory be united with their assembly. Because in their anger they slew men, and in their self-will they lamed oxen. Cursed be their anger, for it is fierce, and their wrath, for it is cruel. I will disperse them in Jacob, and scatter them in Israel. Judah, your brothers shall praise you. Your hand shall be on the neck of your enemies. Your father's son shall bow down to you. Judah is a lion's whelp. From the prey, my son, you have gone up. He couches, he lies down as a lion." Okay. "From the prey, my son, you have gone up. He couches, he lies down as a lion. As a lion, who dares rouse him up? The scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor the ruler's staff from between his feet, until Shiloh comes. And to him shall be the obedience of the peoples. He lies his foal to the vine, and his donkey's colt to the choice vine. He washes his garments in wine, and his robes in the blood of grapes. His eyes are dull from wine, and his teeth white from milk. Zebulun will dwell at the seashore, and he shall be a haven for ships, and his flank shall be toward Sidon. Issachar is a strong donkey, lying down between the sheepfolds. When he saw that a resting place was good, and that the land was pleasant, he bowed his shoulder to bear burdens, and became a slave at forced labor. Dan shall judge his people, as one of the tribes of Israel. Dan shall be a serpent in the way, a honored snake in the path, that bites the horse's heels, so that his rider trails backwards. For your salvation I wait, O Lord. As for Gad, raiders shall raid him, but he will raid at their heels. As for Asher, his food shall be rich, and he will yield royal dainties. Naphtali is a doe let loose. He gives beautiful words. Joseph is a fruitful bough by a spring. Its branches run over a wall. The archers bitterly attacked him, and shot at him and harassed him. But his bow remained firm, and his arms were agile. From the hands of the mighty one of Jacob, from there is the shepherd, the stone of Israel." And see, even back in the day, they're talking about this, it foretold the coming of Jesus. "From the God of your father who helps you, and by the Almighty who blesses you with blessings of heaven above, blessings of the deep that lies beneath, blessings of the breasts and of the womb, the blessings of your father, have surpassed the blessings of my ancestors, up to the utmost bound of the everlasting hills. May they be on the head of Joseph, and on the crown of the head of the one distinguished among his brothers. Benjamin is a ravenous wolf. In the morning he devours the prey, and in the evening he divides the spoil. All these are the 12 tribes of Israel, and this is what their father said to them when he blessed them. He blessed them, every one with the blessing appropriate to him. Then he charged them and said to them, I am about to be gathered to my people. Bury me with my fathers in the cave that is in the field of Ephron the Hittite, in the cave that is in the field of Machpelah, which is before Mamre, in the land of Canaan, which Abraham bought along with the field from Ephron the Hittite for a burial site. They buried Abraham and his wife Sarah. There they buried Isaac and his wife Rebekah, and there I buried Leah. The field and the cave that is in it, purchased from the sons of Heth. When Jacob finished charging his sons, he drew his feet into the bed and breathed his last, and was gathered to his people. Let's see what our biblical scholars have to say about this. In the days to come, the key expression leading into the poetic content of Jacob's prediction for each son often signifies the last days in prophetic literature, or points more generally to the latter days, i.e., in the sense of in subsequent days. The names of the sons are not given in birth order, nor is the pattern of wife, then handmaid. The order is as per the mother: 1, the 6 sons of Leah; 2, one son of Bilhah; 3, 2 sons of Zilpah; 4, 1 son of Bilhah; and 5, the 2 sons of Rachel. Other than the reversal of Leah's 5th and 6th sons, the others remain in chronological order in relation to their mothers. No other pattern is discernible. It may have been nothing more than a mnemonic device, or just how Jacob personally had come to recall them to mind. The seriousness of Reuben's sin was not forgotten. Its consequences erased his birthright. And whatever dignity and majesty he might have had, his tribe received scant mention in Israelite history and produced not one judge, prophet, military leader, or other important person. Moses prayed for his tribe not to die out. Uncontrolled as water, literature means boiling and shows instability. The cruelty and anger of Simeon and Levi at Shechem were not forgotten. Their consequences affected Simeon, who became the smallest tribe in the second census of Moses. 2 was omitted from the blessing of Moses, and 3 later shared territory with Judah. Levi was scattered throughout Israel. They became, by God's grace and through their loyalty to God, the priestly tribe and residents of the cities of refuge. Neither possessed their own designated region in the land, although Levi's priestly position was certainly a privileged one. Lamed means to cut the leg tendons as a means of destroying the animal's usefulness. As strong as a young lion and entrenched as an old lion, to Judah's line belonged national prominence and kingship, including David, Solomon, and their dynasty, 640 years after this, as well as the one to whom the scepter belongs, i.e. Shiloh, the cryptogram for the Messiah, the one also called the Lion from the tribe of Judah. On the march through the wilderness, Judah went first, and had the largest population in Moses' census. This language describes prosperity so great that people will tie a donkey to a choice vine, letting it eat because there is such abundance. Wine will be as plentiful as water, and everyone will be healthy. This is likely a millennial prophecy. Although Zebulun's territory did not border the Mediterranean nor the Sea of Galilee, the tribe was situated to benefit from the important trade route, the Via Maris, traversed by sea traders moving through her territory. Issachar, an industrious, robust, hardy, and stalwart tribe, lived up to the name of their founder, whose name meant man of wages. Dan, whose name meant judge, fathered an aggressive tribe that would also judge in the nation, but would not be known for moral stature or religious faithfulness. Dan would later abandon its land allotment and migrate to the extreme north of Israel. Jacob's closing cry expressed hope for Dan in the day when salvation would indeed come to Israel. Dan, however, is omitted in the list of tribes in Revelations. Settling in Transjordan exposed Gad's people to invasions, making them valiant fighters worthy of victory and commendation. Asher benefited much from occupying the agriculturally rich coastal region north of Carmel and provided gourmet delights for the palace. Deer-like speed and agility marked Naphtali's military prowess. The Song of Deborah and Barak, who hailed from Naphtali, is representative of its eloquent words. Addressed to Joseph, but applicable to his two sons, these words thrust forth a contrasting experience of growth and prosperity alongside hostility and conflict. Verses 23 and 24 may be such direct reference to the Lord God in their blessing as addressed to Joseph. The four names of God well reflect Joseph's emphasis on the sovereignty of his God, no matter the misfortune and grief which attended his way. Samuel was from Ephraim, Gideon from Manasseh. The warlike nature of the small tribe of Benjamin became well known as exhibited in their archers and slingers, and in their brazen defense of their wickedness in Gibeah. Both Sauls in the Bible were from this tribe, the first king in Israel and the Apostle Paul. Jacob's dying instructions were fully carried out. There I buried Leah. Honor was finally accorded to Leah in death, and Jacob's request to be buried alongside his wife, as were his father's. Burial alongside Rachel, the beloved wife, was not requested. Jacob breathed his last. 1858 BC. Gathered to his people. And then let's look at our supporting scriptures, of which there are a lot today. Exodus 32:26. When Moses stood in the gate of the camp and said, "Whoever is for the Lord, come to me." And all the sons of Levi gathered together to him. So the Levites were, on point there. Numbers 1:27. Their numbered men of the tribe of Judah were 74,600. And Numbers 10:14. The standard of the camp of the sons of Judah, according to their armies, set out first with Nahshon, the son of Amminadab, over its army. And Numbers 26:14. These are the families of the Simeonites, 22,200. And 22. These are the numbers of the families of Judah according to those who were numbered of them, 76,500. And Deuteronomy 4:30. When you are in distress, and all these things have come upon you, in the latter days you will return to the Lord your God and listen to his voice. Excuse me, and you should. One hopes. Deuteronomy 31:29. For I know that after my death you will act corruptly, and turn from the way which I have commanded you. And evil will befall you in the latter days, for you will do that which is evil in the sight of the Lord, provoking him to anger with the work of your hands. Deuteronomy 33:4. May Reuben live and not die, nor his men be few. And this regarding Judah. So he said, Hear, O Lord, the voice of Judah, and bring him to his people. With his hands he contended for them, and may you be a help against his adversaries. Of Levi he said, Let your Thummim and your Urim belong to your godly man, whom you proved at Massah, with whom you contended at the waters of Meribah, who said of his father and his mother, I did not consider them. And he did not acknowledge his brothers, nor did he regard his own sons, for they observed your word and kept your covenant. They shall teach your ordinances to Jacob, and your law to Israel. They shall put incense before you, and whole burnt offerings on your altar. O Lord, bless his substance, and accept the work of his hands. Shatter the loins of those who rise up against him, and those who hate him, so that they will not rise again. Joshua 19:1. Then the second lot fell to Simeon, to the tribe of the sons of Simeon, according to their families, and their inheritance was in the midst of the inheritance of the sons of Judah. So they had as their inheritance Beersheba, or Sheba, and Moladah, and Hazar, Shual, and Bela, and Ezem, and Eltolad, and Bethul, and Hormah, and Ziklag, and Beth Markaboth, and Hazar Susa, and Beth Leboath, and Sheruhin, 13 cities with their villages. Aim, Rimmon, and Ether, and Ashan, 4 cities with their villages. And all the villages which were around these cities, as far as Baalath Beer, Ramah of the Negev. This was the inheritance of the tribe of the sons of Simeon, according to their families. The inheritance of the sons of Simeon was taken from the portion of the sons of Judah, for the share of the sons of Judah was too large for them. So the sons of Simeon received an inheritance in the midst of Judah's inheritance. Joshua 19:18. Their territory was to Jezreel, and included Chesuloth, and Shunem, and Hapharaim, and Shion, and Anaharath, and Ribith, and Kishion, and Ebez, and Remeth, and En-Ganim, and En-Hadah, and Beth-Pazez. The border reached to Tabor, and Shahazamah, and Beer-Shemesh. Their border ended at the Jordan. 16 cities with their villages. This was the inheritance of the tribe of the sons of Issachar, according to their families, the cities with their villages. Now the fifth lot fell to the tribe of the sons of Asher, according to their families. Their territory was Helkath, and Hali, and Beton, and Akshaph, and Alamelech, and Amod, and Mishal, and it reached to Carmel on the west, and to Shihor Libnath. It turned toward the east to Beth Dagon, and reached to Zebulun, and the valley of Iftahel, northward to Beth Emek and Neiel. Then it proceeded on north to Kabul, and Ebron, and Rehob, and Hammon, and Cana, as far as Great Sidon. The border turned to Ramah, and to the fortified city of Tyre. Then the border turned to Hosah, and it ended at the sea by the region of Achzib. Included also were Ummah, and Aphek, and Rehob, 22 cities with their villages. This was the inheritance of the tribe of the sons of Asher, according to their families, these cities with their villages. The sixth lot fell to the sons of Naphtali. To the sons of Naphtali according to their families. Their borders were from Haleph, from the oak in Zaanannim, and Adami Nekeb, and Jabneel, as far as Lacom, and it ended at the Jordan. Then the border turned westward to Aznoth Tabor, and proceeded from there to Hukkok, and it reached to Zebulun on the south, and touched Asher on the west, and to Judah and the Jordan toward the east. The fortified cities were Ziddim, Zer, and Hamath, Rakath, and Chinnereth, and Adamah, and Ramah, and Hazor, and Kadesh, and Edrei in Hazor, and Huron, and Migdal, Horem, and Beth Anath, and Beth Shemesh, 19 cities with their villages. This was the inheritance of the tribe of the sons of Naphtali, according to their families, the cities with their villages. The seventh lot fell to the tribe of the sons of Dan, according to their families. The territory of their inheritance was Zorah, and Eshtael, and Ir-Shemesh, and Shalabin, and Ajalon, and Ithai, and Elon, and Timnah, and Ekron, and El-Tekah, and Gibbethon, and Baalath, and Jehud, and Benabarak, and Gath-Rimmon, and Me-Jarkon, and Rakon, with the territory over against Joppa. The territory of the sons of Dan proceeded beyond them, for the sons of Dan went up and fought with Leshem, and captured it. They struck it with the edge of the sword, and possessed it, and settled in it. And they called Leshem Dan, after the name of Dan their father. This was the inheritance of the tribe of the sons of Dan, according to their families, these cities with their villages. And 21:1. Then the heads of households of the Levites approached Eleazar the priest, and Joshua the son of Nun, and the heads of households of the tribes of the sons of Israel. They spoke to them at Shiloh in the land of Canaan, saying, The Lord commanded through Moses to give us cities to live in, with their pasture lands for our cattle. So the sons of Israel gave the Levites from their inheritance these cities with their pasture lands, according to the command of the Lord. In Judges 4:6, Now she sent and summoned Barak, the son of Abmoam, from Kadesh Naphtali, and said to him, Behold, the Lord, the God of Israel, has commanded, Go and march to Mount Tabor, and take with you 10,000 men from the sons of Naphtali, and from the sons of Zebulun. And 5:5, The mountains quaked at the presence of the Lord, this Sinai at the presence of the Lord, the God of Israel. And Judges 5:15, And the prince of Issachar were with Deborah. As was Issachar, so was Barak. Into the valley they rushed at his heels. Among the divisions of Reuben there were great resolves of heart. Why did you sit among the sheepfolds to hear the piping for the flocks? Among the divisions of Reuben there were great searchings of heart. Gilead remained across the Jordan. And why did Dan stay in ships? Asher sat at the seashore, and remained by its landings. Zebulun was a people who despised their lives even to death, and Naphtali also on the high places of the field. Judges 13:2. There was a certain man of Zorah, of the family of the Danites, whose name was Manoah, and his wife was barren and bore no children. So that line didn't go anywhere. Judges 18. In those days there was no king of Israel, and in those days the tribe of the Danites was seeking an inheritance for themselves to live in, For until that day an inheritance had not been allotted to them as a possession among the tribes of Israel. So the sons of Dan sent from their family 5 men out of their whole number, valiant men from Zorah and Eshtaol, to spy out the land and to search it. And they said to them, Go search the land. And they came to the hill country of Ephraim, to the house of Micah, and lodged there. When they were near the house of Micah, they recognized the voice of the young man, the Levite, and they turned aside there and said to him, Who brought you here? And what are you doing in this place? And what do you have here? He said to them, Thus and so has Micah done to me, and he has hired me, and I have become his priest. They said to him, Inquire of God, please, that we may know whether our way on which we are going will be prosperous. The priest said to them, Go in peace. Your way in which you are going has the Lord's approval. Then the 5 men departed and came to Laish, and saw the people who were in it living in security. After the manner of the Sidonians, quiet and secure. For there was no ruler humiliating them for anything in the land. And they were far from the Sidonians, and had no dealings with anyone. When they came back to their brothers at Zorah and Eshtaol, their brothers said to them, What do you report? They said, Arise, and let us go up against them. For we have seen the land, and behold, it is very good. And will you sit still? Do not delay to go, to enter, to possess the land. When you enter, you will come to a secure people with a spacious land, for God has given it into your hand, a place where there is no lack of anything that is on the earth. Then from the family of the Danites, from Zorah and from Eshtaol, 600 men armed with weapons of war set out. They went up and camped at Kiriath Jearim in Judah. Therefore they called that place Mahane Dan to this day. Behold, it is west of Kiriath Jearim, and that was in Moses' day. They passed from there to the hill country of Ephraim, and came to the house of Micah. Judges 19:20. The old man said, Peace to you. Only let me take care of all your needs. However, do not spend the night in the open square. And 15. Out of all these people, 700 choice men were left-handed. Each one could sling a stone at a hare and not miss. 1 Samuel 9:1. Now there was a man of Benjamin whose name was Kish, the son of Abiel, the son of Zeror, the son of Bechorath, the son of Ephiah, the son of Benjamin, the mighty man of valor. He had a son whose name was Saul, a choice and handsome man, and there was not a more handsome person than he among the sons of Israel. From his shoulders and up he was taller than any of the people. First Kings 12:28. So the king consulted and made 2 golden calves, and he said to them, It is too much for you to go up to Jerusalem. Behold your gods, O Israel, that brought you up from the land of Egypt. And we know that's a bad deal. He set at one in Bethel, and the other he put in Dan. Now this thing became a sin, for the people went to worship before the one as far as Dan. 2 Kings 10:29. However, as for the sons of Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, which he made Israel sin, from these Jehu did not depart, even the golden calves that were in Bethel, and that were at Dan. First Chronicles 5:1. Now the sons of Reuben, the firstborn of Israel, for he was the firstborn, but because he defiled his father's bed, his birthright was given to the sons of Joseph, the son of Israel, so that he is not enrolled in the genealogy according to the birthright. Though Judah prevailed over his brothers, and, from him came the leader, yet his birthright belonged to Joseph. The sons of Reuben, the firstborn of Israel, were Hanok and Palu, Hezron and Carmi. And 18, the sons of Reuben and the Gadites, and the half-tribe of Manasseh, consisting of valiant men, men who bore shield and sword and shot with bow and were skillful in battle, were 44,760, who went to war. They made war against the Hagrites, Jahaz, Naphish, and Noda. They were helped against them, and the Hagrites and all who were with them were given into their hand. For they cried out to God in the battle, and he answered their prayers, because they trusted in him. They took away their cattle, their 50,000 camels, 250,000 sheep, 2,000 donkeys, and 100,000 men. And 7:1. Now these sons of Issachar were 4, Tola, Puah, Jashub, and Shimron. The sons of Tola were Uzzi, Rephiah, Jeriel, Jami, Ibsam, and Samuel, heads of their fathers' households. The sons of Tola were mighty men of valor in their generations. Their number in the days of David was 22,600. The son of Uzzi was Izariah, and the sons of Izariah were Michael, Obadiah, Joel, Ishiah. All 5 of them were chief men. With them by their generations, according to their fathers' households, were 36,000 troops of the army for war, for they had many wives and sons. Their relatives among all the families of Issachar were mighty men of valor, enrolled by genealogy, in all 87,000. And 1 Chronicles 8:40, the sons of Ulam were mighty men of valor, archers, and had many sons and grandsons, 150 of them. All these were of the sons of Benjamin. And 1 Chronicles 12:2, they were equipped with bows, using both the right hand and the left to sling stones and to shoot arrows from the bow. They were Saul's kinsmen from Benjamin. And 8, from the Gadites there came over to David in the stronghold in the wilderness mighty men of valor, men trained for war, who could handle shield and spear, and whose faces were like the faces of lions, and they were as swift as the gazelles on the mountains. Ezer was the first, Obadiah the second, Eliab the third, Mishmanah the fourth, Jeremiah the fifth, Attai the sixth, Eliel the seventh, Johanan the eighth, Elzabad the ninth, Jeremiah the 10th, Macbenai the 11th. Those of the sons of Gad were captains of the army, and he who was least was equal to 100, and the greatest to 1,000. These are the ones who crossed the Jordan in the first month when it was overflowing all its banks, and they put to flight all those in the valleys, both to the east and to the west. And 32, of the sons of Issachar, men who understood the times, with knowledge of what Israel should do, their chiefs were 200, and all their kinsmen were at their command. And 2 Chronicles 14, let's see, I think that's 8. Now Asa had an army of 300,000 from Judah, bearing large... Oh dear, these little pages mess me up. Excuse me. Shields and spears, and 280,000 from Benjamin, bearing shields and wielding bows. All of them were valiant warriors. And 2 Chronicles 17:17. And of Benjamin, Eliada, a valiant warrior, and with him 200,000 armed with bow and shield. In Isaiah 2:1. Now it will come about that in the last days the mountain of the house of the Lord will be established as the chief of the mountains, and will be raised above the hills, and all the nations will stream to it. Ezekiel 38:16. And you will come up against my people Israel, like a cloud to cover the land. It shall come about in the last days that I will bring you against my land, so that the nations may know me when I am sanctified through you before their eyes, O Gog, whoever Gog shall be. Philippians 2:12. So then, my beloved, just as you have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your salvation with fear and trembling. 'Cause he gonna come back someday. You better be ready. Let's see. Revelation 5:5. And one worthy to open the book or to look into it. No one was found. One of the elders said to me, Stop weeping. Behold, the Lion that is from the tribe of Judah, the root of David, has overcome so as to open the book and its 7 seals. And of course we know that's Jesus. Okay, and Revelation 7:4. And I heard the number of those who were sealed. 140,000 sealed from the tribe of the sons of Israel. From the tribe of Judah, 12,000 were sealed. From the tribe of Reuben, 12,000. From the tribe of Gad, 12,000. From the tribe of Asher, 12,000. From the tribe of Naphtali, 12,000. From the tribe of Manasseh, 12,000. From the tribe of Simeon, 12,000. From the tribe of Levi, 12,000. From the tribe of Issachar, 12,000. From the tribe of Zebulun, 12,000. From the tribe of Joseph, 12,000. From the tribe of Benjamin, 12,000 were sealed. So in the end times, the Jews are going to start believing in Jesus. Amen. So that was Israel's prophecy concerning his sons. Amen. Please like and share this word so we can spread it around the world. If you want to help me out, subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you want to help me out even more, go to my Patreon page and become a patron. Thanks for watching. That's all for now. Until next time.